and welcome to the 102nd Annual Park High School Commencement Ceremony, and a special welcome to the class of 2018. At this time, please stand as the Park High School Air Force Junior ROTC cadets present our nation's colors. Please remain standing following the presentation of the flag as our concert choir, under the direction of Ben O'Connor, sings our national anthem. You may be seated. At this time, I would like to introduce the special guests seated on our stage. Please hold your applause until I have introduced all of our special guests. District 833 School Board Chair, Tracy Brunette. Board members, Patricia Driscoll, Heather Hirsch, Ron Kath, and Katie Schwartz. Also present today is our Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Keith Jacobus, and Assistant Superintendents Mike Johnson and Julie Nielsen. In addition, we are joined on our stage by our own Park High School administrators. Assistant Principal Jonathan Hunt, Activities Director Phil Kimmel, Assistant Principal Gretchen Romaine, Assistant Principal Dr. Sarah Scullin-Stokes, and Student Support Dean Lorenzo Farley. Finally, our honor staff speaker, Ms. Yanni Eidengiel. Thank you all for being here today. Next, it is with great pleasure that I present to you the honor staff, selected by this class of 2018. Honor staff, please stand and remain standing until I've named all of you, at which time we will honor you with our applause. From the high school, Mr. Joshua Loy, Mr. Walter Newcomb, Ms. Catherine Schwartz, Mr. Mark Sikich, Mr. Andrew Vogel. From the middle school, Mr. Craig Bauman, Mr. Samuel Dummer, Mr. Christopher Foss, Ms. Sarah Neitz, Mr. Paul Presno, and from the elementary, Mr. Sean Duncanson, Ms. Michelle Harrison, Mr. Chad Palmquist, Mr. Christopher Rose, and Ms. Andrea Ross. As you look at our honor staff members, I invite you to please picture the hundreds of dedicated educational professionals who have worked with our students and their parents to make this day possible. We extend our gratitude to all of these dedicated professionals. You may be seated, honor staff. We have one more group of people here today who deserve our thanks. Will all parents and guardians please stand? Parents and guardians, we thank you for working with us, bringing your support to our students, and bringing them to this important day in their life. At this time, I'd like to turn our attention to the Park High School Concert Choir under the direction of Mr. Ben O'Connor, who will sing Unclouded Day, arranged by Sean Kirchner. The class of 2018 is composed of many exceptional scholars who have completed outstanding academic work at Park High School. We have 7 students who will graduate summa cum laude with distinction, having earned a cumulative grade point average of 4.3 or higher over their full 4 years. In recognition of this truly remarkable accomplishment, these scholars are wearing a gold honor sash and blue metal ribbon. We also have 26 students who will graduate summa cum laude, signifying a cumulative GPA of 4.0 and above. These scholars are wearing a gold honor sash and white metal ribbon. In addition, 83 students in this class wear a white or silver honor stole for their outstanding scholarship. The silver stole signifies a cumulative GPA of 3.667 or above, and the white stole signifies a GPA of 3.5 and above. Finally, we have 9 students graduating with a full International Baccalaureate diploma. These students wear a black IB stole to signify this tremendous academic accomplishment. Will all 116 of our honor graduates please stand and be recognized for their outstanding scholarship? You may be seated. Every Park High School senior here today deserves our respect and admiration for completing their graduation requirements. At this time next year, the class of 2018 will be making their mark in the world, attending colleges or universities, serving in the military or in the workforce. Class of 2018, we look forward to hearing of your continued success. Seniors, please stand and accept our applause. Thank you. You may be seated. And now it is my pleasure to introduce Carly House, Faith Mylan, Carla Wynn, Allison Pomerlow, Christina Press, Sophia Sorensen, and Noah Susag, the 2018 summa cum laude with distinction graduates.
When we entered high school, there were many different paths we could have taken. Walking through the doors on the first day of our freshman year, we had a clean slate.
Over the last 4 years, we were exposed to a variety of influences, all of which made us who we are today.
Being involved throughout the high school experience is such a unique way to gain new perspectives. Activities have played a significant role throughout my 4 years in high school with a variety of clubs and sports I was able to join. I learned the importance of helping others and grew as a leader both in and out of the classroom. Not only did I gain these lifelong skills with my involvement, but I also made friendships which will last a lifetime. I would not be who I am today if it weren't for my involvement here at Park High School. Remember to take with you the skills you learned here and use them long after you've left the pack.
Every person comes into our life for a reason. Our teachers were more than just teachers. For the past 4 years, they were our mentors, our life coaches, and our friends. They were not only part of our learning experience, they contributed to the laughter we heard every day and the smiles that brightened our faces. The jokes, stories, pranks, and wit. We learned from them not just the material from a textbook, but skills, and we had a fun time learning it. So hats off to the teachers who worked tirelessly to make our learning experience meaningful and worthwhile, while also fun and engaging. On behalf of the class of 2018, thank you.
However, one cannot forget the importance of family and friends. My first day of kindergarten, I asked a girl a very important question. Do you like fairies? To which she responded with, yes, and bam, instant friendship. Now, things have obviously gotten a lot more complicated since then, and the complexities in our lives have, to put it in more scholarly terms, grown exponentially. Even so, none of this changes the fact that the people in my life, my friends and my family, are so important to me. You've given me a shoulder to cry on, built me up when I can only tear myself down, and given me a laugh or two when I needed it most. So whether you are a father or mother, brother or sister, classmate or teammate, close friend, or merely an acquaintance, know this: you have made an impact on all of our lives. You have shaped the people we've become and the people we are destined to be. And for this, we thank you.
There are many forms of intelligence. Some are academically gifted. They can solve a complex math problem in minutes or read the hardest of texts and pick out the subtleties that lie between the lines. But there are also others out there with abilities some of us can only dream of. There are people who can create things out of nothing, by hand or through words on a page. There are people who can learn complicated harmonies in a song as if it were a well-known melody. Some of us can even move with balance and grace in the quickest, most brutal of sports. It's these different types of intelligence that make us all unique individuals. Just because someone doesn't have what's considered the traditional form of intelligence doesn't mean they're not smart. Everyone here today is intelligent in some way or another.
Sometimes, to get to whatever success you desire, you just have to roll up your sleeves and get through what you have to. That's the key word, sometimes. Work is only as fun as you can make it, and that's probably not as fun as most of us would like. Much of the difficulty, but also the potential hidden joy in high school, letting you figure out this equilibrium between wants and needs. In this, there's the opportunity to become a more well-rounded person through being not only accountable to those around you, but also to yourself in whatever form that may manifest itself in. Of course, this isn't to say that everybody should slack off all the time. That's why it's a balance. Your time is valuable even when it isn't directly making you dollars or is taken up by schoolwork. All you have to do is figure out how to use that to your advantage.
Success. Success is accomplishing a set aim or purpose. This word can be taken and used differently from one person to the next. Some find success in getting high grades, while others find success in passing. It can be anything from a small improvement to large. No matter the set aim, a success is always something to be proud of. Throughout high school, I had set many standards and goals to hold myself accountable, such being getting involved in many activities, maintaining high grades, and putting forth my full potential in each and every one of my classes. Having something to strive for helped to keep me accountable. Throughout my years at Park, I feel I've been successful in achieving these goals, and I hope you all are able to look back and feel the same as I do.
Determination is defined as firmness of purpose, or more plainly, finish what has been started. When you elucidate the motive behind each action, the fulfillment of completion is that much better. I have found small victories through firmness of purpose in everything that I do. Those tiny wins form each day into a triumph. So when I feel like just giving up on something difficult, or when I am stressed with 1,000 things to do, the internal motivation and determination allows me to take a moment to reflect on what I have achieved and what I can achieve. Taking the step back to understand your potential and ability to do seemingly impossible tasks is so empowering and has helped me so much throughout my high school career. I hope that everyone is able to feel like their victories are something to be proud of no matter the size of them.
All of these influences and many more have shaped us as individuals. But this ceremony isn't about the past, at least not completely.
It's about the future. It's about what we are going to do from this moment on. We've had our ups and downs, but as you know, nothing we do changes the past, but everything we do changes the future.
At this time, our concert band, under the direction of Thomas Storm and student director Jacob Weir, will play Danzas Cubanas by Robert Shelton. Now, please welcome our 2018 student speakers, Donald Burton and Austin Marine.
Well, we did it. Somehow, we were able to make it through 13 years of this educational system. We've experienced a lot of change in this first section of our lives, and we will face many, many more in the years to come.
New boyfriends,
New girlfriends,
new family,
new friends,
new majors.
new jobs.
Everything in our futures is destined to change.
But what will never change is the legacies that we leave behind us. So ask yourselves, are you proud of what you've left behind? If your answer is no, don't worry. You have the rest of your life to change it. Our teachers, our parents, and every other role model in our lives has given us their best knowledge to try and prepare us to make those changes.
And then we have our siblings and the people we choose to call our friends to do the best they can to screw things up for us.
You chose to be my friend.
Yeah, keep telling yourself that. More importantly, we're on our way out.
But even though we're moving on, doesn't mean that we should leave it all behind.
Bring with you the good memories and good people and learn from the bad. Because even though your past can make you who you are, doesn't mean it defines you.
Because, like every test day, every practice schedule, and even Wolfpack hour, things might be destined to change. Especially since the only absolutes in this life are death and taxes.
Oh no, we're gonna have to start paying taxes soon.
Hey, Donald, you gotta breathe, man. We gotta get through this first.
It's just that I tried so hard
Yeah?
and got so far.
But in the end, it doesn't even matter. You know what? You're right. It doesn't matter. Nothing matters. But what does matter is you. It's what matters to us all individually.
What is it that you pull to yourself? And what is it that you think that matters? Once you answer that question for yourself, that is the moment you are on the road to your own success.
So I urge you, continue with your passions. Do what it is that makes you happy. Create your own legacy, because nothing in this life is set in stone.
Exactly. I mean, other than the Rosetta Stone, Mount Rushmore.
But even literal stone can be altered by a simple stick of dynamite.
So if you think you're trapped in some unmovable stone of life, find your personal stick of dynamite and make your change. All it takes is a voice, and you can make big changes. You just have to have the courage to speak up.
Because we all have the ability to speak out, in some way, shape, or form. And we can all get our points across to make a change.
So here's the bottom line.
Change is imminent.
Change will impact you.
Change can hurt.
Change can heal.
Change could change again.
And some things may never change.
Yeah, like Donnie's wacky wardrobe.
Or Austin's ill-timed sense of humor. Though no matter what does or doesn't change, life will continue on.
No matter if you felt like nothing from high school or school at all prepared you for the real world, or you took every single math class because your passion was to be a professional mathematician, school prepared you for one thing. It prepared you to handle change.
So after today, take the tools we've been given and make a change, or embrace a change that has come upon you.
But no matter whatever you do, don't stop believing.
Our honored staff speaker, chosen by this class of 2018, is Ms. Yanni Eidengiel.
Don't get a goat until you turn 30. I asked my 7-year-old, what should I tell the class of 2018? And that's what he told me. Then, as he turned around and walked away from me, he pumped his fist and said, "Nailed it." Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I read that, quote, "It is well known in the world of public speaking that there's no greater happiness you can give an audience that compares to the happiness they feel when your speech is over." So in about 14 minutes, we can all look forward to experiencing that happiness together. Class of 2018, I am so honored and excited to be here at the 102nd Annual Park High School graduation. Not only to congratulate you on your commencement, but it's a privilege for me to represent the Park High School family who for the past 4 years have stood by you, advised you, laughed and cried with you, been frustrated by and with you, went home at night and worried about you, supported you, and most of all, cared about you. Tonight, I won't talk to you about the real world because we need to acknowledge that most of you are already living in it. You go to school full-time, you work, you go to practice, you do a million things in a day. And we need to acknowledge that you are constantly exposed to and deal with real-world issues. The difference is that your real world is going to get a lot bigger and a lot more expensive. While thinking about this speech, I was taken back to my own graduation in 1993. Think about how much growth we've experienced as people, a nation, and in a world in the last 25 years. In 1993, all 5 of the top grossing films had Caucasian male lead characters. In roughly the last 12 months, 2 of our top 5 grossing films can be summed up in 3 W's: Wonder Woman and Wakanda. That shows growth. Another example is in music. In 1993, the Pulitzer Prize for Music went to a man named Christopher Rouse for his work titled Trombone Concerto. This past April, the Pulitzer Prize for Music went to a man named Kendrick Lamar. That shows growth. And lastly, in 1993, Fortnite was a unit of time equal to 2 weeks. Today, some of you have spent many a fortnight playing Fortnite. I'm not sure what that shows. As a teacher and a mom, I see a lot of growth and change. When I'm at school, I often feel like I have 160 kids of my own. And yes, every one of you is my favorite. When I go home, I often feel like I'm raising 3 children. Leo is 11, Eli is 7, and Jason is 47. When I asked Leo, my 11-year-old, what do you think I should talk about at graduation? He said, don't get married until you're 30. So graduates, you have something to look forward to. When you turn 30, apparently you can get married and get goats. I learned so much from young people. Think about the growth and change happening in America because the youth have taken steps to ensure that their voices are being heard. And it's not the first time in this country that the youth have risen. And I don't think it's going to change. Our youth will continue to speak out and challenge and fight for what they believe is right. And they will learn some very valuable lessons along the way. I want to share with you some of what I've learned. Today, seniors, you begin a whole new adventure, guaranteed to be filled with change. These are the lessons that I think will be helpful to you, and I'm going to deliver these lessons the best way I know how. Hashtag things my kids have said at home. When Leo was 6, he turned to his brother and said, Eli, if every pork chop was perfect, we wouldn't have hot dogs. Life isn't perfect, people aren't perfect, and situations aren't perfect. But those imperfections remind us to keep grinding. Like, you know, when you have a Sunday night problem because you have a Monday deadline. Or when your life takes a crazy turn that seems impossible to maneuver, those moments will be challenging and nerve-wracking and heartbreaking, and you will cry. But you will be bigger, faster, stronger, and smarter because of those moments. When Eli was 3, he turned to Leo, who was 6, and said, I can juggle. And Leo said, no, you can't. And Jason says, Leo, you need to be more positive. And Leo said, I am positive. Positive Eli can't juggle. Have your own convictions. In today's world, you are inundated by social media. Someone is always telling you what and how to think. Remember, everyone is entitled to an opinion, but make sure that you are educated and informed and come to your own conclusions. Know why you believe what you believe and stand firm in those beliefs. When Eli was 3.5, he was up late and I said, Eli, why are you up? And he said, I want to give Grandma a hug. And I said, Eli, Grandma left 2 days ago. And he said, I still want to hug her. Don't ever take people for granted. There are so many good people in the world, genuinely good people, and they care about you. Your parents and guardians, your family, your friends, your teachers, coaches, directors, mentors. Every now and then, stop and hug them. One day we were out for brunch. Leo was 6, Eli was 2. Eli sneezed. Jason said, Eli, cover your mouth. Leo said, Eli, protect your donut! It's all about perspective, people. Remember, not everyone will have the same perspective as you. You don't have to agree with someone else, but at least take the time to listen and try to understand. As my good friend Ms. Schwartz always says, knowing when to speak and when to listen is important. Give people a chance to share their perspective and you might just learn something. When Eli was 2.5, I said, Eli, do you want peaches, pears, or mandarin oranges? He looked at me and said, I'll have a cookie. Be an individual. You don't have to look or sound or act or dress or think or feel like anybody else. It's okay to stand out from the crowd or stand in the back or in the middle or wherever you're comfortable. Surround yourself with people who love, support, and encourage you just as you are. When Leo was 5, I made the comment to him, well, most everyone has a belly button. And he said, no, Mom. Penguins, dolphins, and gingerbread men don't. You have a lot to learn. The world is a big place and we're all just living in it. Just when we think we have it all figured out, something happens to remind us that we don't. There are so many things you can learn and so many people who can help you if you let them. You're never too old or too smart to learn something new. And you never know when that moment will happen, so pay attention. A month ago, we were driving, and Eli said, this music sounds French. And Leo said, how do you know what French music sounds like? And Leo said, I can hear the bagpipes. Be confident in yourself, in your decisions, your actions, your principles. You might not always be right, but have the confidence in yourself to say it or do it or be it. Trust that you know what needs to be said or what needs to be done. Part of our job as educators is to instill confidence in young people, and I hope that you are walking out of Park High School more confident than when you walked in. Exude confidence, even when you're sweating like a pig, because you're talking to a couple thousand people who, like my students, may or may not be listening. When Leo was 7 and Eli was 4, Eli said, Dad, the tooth fairy didn't come last night. And Jason says, what? Not again? And Leo goes, really, Dad? It's not like you could do better. Take responsibility. Everyone makes mistakes. Accept and acknowledge that you have faults and you're going to screw up. But when you do, don't blame other people. Take responsibility. When you're wrong, say you're sorry. Know the only person truly responsible for you is you, and own it. And when necessary, do better the next time. Last year, Eli said to me, Mom, how do you fold laundry so fast? And I said, it's not my first rodeo. And Eli said, I've never been to a rodeo. Learn from the experience of yourself and the experiences of others. Life has and will continue to throw you a lot of curveballs. And how you respond is up to you. Ask yourself, what is life trying to teach me right now? While many of life's lessons are really hard, those are the ones that you will learn the most from. When I was a first-year teacher in Brooklyn Center, my principal called me into her office, suggested I sit down, and proceeded to tell me about the budget cuts. And then she handed me a pink piece of paper. I thought pink slips were just something that adults said when they lost a job. I didn't know the paper was actually pink. I walked out of her office pretty demoralized, but I knew that I had to put my big girl pants on and figure out what to do because I had rent and student loans to pay and they weren't going to pay for themselves. So that afternoon when I got home, I started a mad search for a teaching job. By the end of the day, I'd applied for 7 jobs and was pretty confident I would find something. The next day, I got a phone call. It was Walter Newcomb, my mentor and friend. He said, "We have an opening at Altman next year. Are you interested?" The next week, I was at Altman for an interview, and then my 20-year nightmare began. I mean, dream come true. My point is that good and bad things will happen no matter what, and the only part you can control is how you react. So when things get tough, and believe me, they will, just try to stay optimistic. About a month ago, Leo said, "Mom, this song sounds like a song, we should turn it up and roll down the windows." And I said, "In our minivan?" And he said, "That makes it even better." Don't forget to have fun. Life is meant to be fun and hard and successful and challenging, and this remarkable journey that demands every now and then you take a break from the chaos and just have fun. Take the trip, eat the donut, spend time with your family, buy the extra pair of shoes, bask in the afternoon sunshine during 6th hour, but take your iPad so you can still do your work. 2 summers ago, Eli said to me, "Mom, do you remember when I went to tennis camp?" And I said, "Yes." And he said, "Next summer, I'm going to nunchuck camp." Have goals. Have goals. Don't ever settle, because once you've achieved something, you can always ask yourself, what's next? How else can I challenge myself? How do I not become too complacent? There's always something else you can do, someone else you can help. And don't let anyone tell you that you can't do it, unless you want to be Batman, because I think that role is already taken. Last summer when I took my kids to see Wonder Woman, I leaned over to Eli and said, "Eli, I'm going to Paris. I'm going to see that museum." And he looked at me and said, "Are you going to see Wonder Woman?" Be hopeful. Be hopeful for a better world, a better human race, and a better future for your children and your grandchildren and every other generation. In today's world, it can feel like everything is wrong and that nothing will ever be right again. But it will be. It has to be. If we give up and feel like there's no chance of improvement, that's when we all lose. So stay hopeful that you will bring something positive and be encouraged when the people around you have that same optimism. Lastly, when Eli was 4, I said, "What should we have for dinner?" And he said, "Bacon." And I said, "We need something else." And he said, "Definitely Jell-O." Growth and change are inevitable. Think about the big changes that have already happened for you, class of 2018. I mean, just last Wednesday, if you wanted to go to the bathroom, you had to give me your cell phone and I gave you the lanyard. Now you can go to the bathroom whenever you want, and you can take your cell phone. Your class song, "Don't Stop Believing" by Journey, is a good reminder to all of us. You can never stop believing in yourselves, in other people, in a world that can and will continue to get better, and most importantly, never stop believing in the power of change and growth. Your class motto says it all. Everything you do will change the future. We can all look forward to the growth and change we will see in the next 25 years and beyond because of all of you. Class of 2018, don't text and drive, don't do drugs, and don't be belligerent. Good luck, and now we can all experience that happiness I made reference to earlier. Thank you.
Thank you to our honor staff speaker and student speakers for sharing your messages with us today. Okay, we're ready. At this time, it is my pleasure to present the class of 2018. Seniors, You have met the requirements of the State of Minnesota and Independent School District 833. By the authority vested in me as the principal of Park High School, I certify that the members of this class of 2018 gathered at this ceremony have completed the necessary requirements and are eligible to receive a diploma. Student presenters and Board of Education members, please grant the class of 2018 their diplomas. Dr. Jacobus.
On behalf of the Board of Education of the South Washington County School District, I am pleased and proud to accept the class of 2018. First, I'd like to thank you for all of your hard work and passion and compassion that you have shown each other and us as you've navigated the halls of education, so to speak, and congratulations on getting here today. Second, I'd like to thank our staff, from our bus drivers to our office professionals and our food service professionals and all of our teaching staff that helped you to get to this day as well. You can see by our speeches and our faculty speech that we have some amazing people in our school district. It is not an easy task to teach such brilliant children. I shouldn't say children, kids, tall kids. And we're so proud of you. And parents and guardians, I'd like to thank you as well for the support that you have shown us. And I know that there's been many long nights preparing for today, and probably all of you as parents can remember the nights when you were holding a young infant and they wouldn't go to sleep. And you didn't know if you get through that night with the lack of sleep, and you worried about, will they be good people and will they be successful? Well, this completes my 35th year in education, and I've been on many stages as a high school principal and superintendent, watched thousands of students graduate, and I can tell you, your kids, based on your kids, you have been very successful. Thank you so much. Thank you to the class of 2018, and the best of luck.
Presenters, please take your places. And will the first row of seniors please stand and come forward to receive your diplomas?
Donald Anthony Burton.
Brody Zane Madigan.
Austin Michael Bareen.
Michaela Sue Maddox.
Faith Mary Milan.
Tina Kim Mai.
Carla Lay Wynn.
Isaac Louis Marira Mambaleo.
Allison Clarice Pomerleau.
Brianna Rose Martin.
Christina Susan Press.
Armani Alexandria Martinez.
Sophia Eleanor Sorensen.
Cynthia Diane Martinez.
Noah James Susay.
Devin James Martinez.
Zachary Michael Asen.
Isaac Joseph Maruska.
Terrell Leah Abbott.
Kelly Jean Matson.
Avery James Average.
Grace Christine Spadino.
Bronwyn Lane Abraham.
Luke Michael Mall.
Elena Christine Abrahamson.
Alexander William Maurer.
Brandon Lee Adams.
Kobe Matthew Mazer.
Reed John Amlin.
Casey Patrick McCarthy.
Robin Marie Anderson.
Benjamin David McDonald.
Jasone Azmende.
Benjamin Thomas McGill.
Rachel K. Balint.
Claudia Campbell McIntyre.
Alyssa Ray Bammer-Mueller.
Zachary Dean Medina.
Isabella Francesca Bandettini.
Manley John Merklowitz.
Ashford Louis Banna.
Joseph Robert Merrill.
Brianna Renee Berry.
Mitchell Joseph Meyer.
Jenna Marie Bassamore.
Nicholas Allen Michaud.
Alexandra Noel Bedrick.
Victoria Lee Michaud.
Joshua Andrew Bankston.
Jordan May Miller.
Benjamin Allen Benshoff.
Allison May Minners.
Karsten Dean Bergerson.
Travis Allen Montez.
Sean Peter Bergsbakken.
Matthew John Moreland.
Allison Leigh Best.
Brenton Allen Morgan.
Sydney Ann Blonick.
Zachary David Morse.
Justin Matthew Block.
Haley Ann Morseth.
Michaela Elizabeth Basil.
Jet Lawrence Mua.
Victoria Emily Boston.
Kyra Leah Maurer.
Natalie Rose Baus.
Fancy Na Mua.
Yuri Boyanov.
Noelle Jade Muckle.
Trina Joyce Bradley.
Brianna Nicole Mullen.
Devin Thomas Braley.
Nicholas James Munson.
Amber Lynn Rowlett.
Camric Avery Mooses.
Jose Isaac Rizuela.
Derek Joseph Nelson.
Matthew Stephen Broberg.
Lexi Ann Nelson.
Brittany Claire Brock.
Carter Duane Ness.
Angelina Caroline Bronson.
Sidalad Newton, Netwalk.
Jaylee Rochelle Briette.
Jessica Lynn Newer.
Austin John Brunilson.
Brady Lyndon Newpower.
Taylor Christine Burton.
Zachary Scott Nichols.
Jessica Leanne Beitendorf.
McKenna Nierengarten.
Maria Jose Cardenas.
Edmund Esley Quinn.
Tashara Mariah Carter.
Ralph Alexander Norris.
Karen Castaneda Valdovinos.
Brooklyn Jermaine Norton.
Platong Chang.
Omat Olong Obeng.
Jennifer Christina Chavez.
Keegan James Oberden.
Destiny K. Christensen.
Ryan James O'Donovan.
Ryan George Eric Christensen.
Ifeoluwa Eniola Odujole.
Alexandra Ganchana Chong.
Thomas Caleb Omen.
Bailey Marie Collar.
Elizabeth Olanike Ojo.
Bailey Ray Creighton.
Killian Chukwuemeka Okoro Jr.
Haley Megan Crows.
Santana Marie Olivares.
Jake Andrew Crotto.
Alyssa Diane Olson.
Allison May Cudahy.
Elizabeth Nicole Oni.
Andrew Patrick Thomas Cullinan.
Mark James Ordner.
Oliver Silas Cozor.
Sydney Eileen Oropeza.
Joel Wayne Daly.
Peter Oluwatosi Olarinde Oyebanji.
Faith Cassette Davis.
Kaylee Lynn Pananen.
Heather Ann Degler.
Lainey Eve Pardun.
Madeline Sandra Denning.
Jada Rose Padalano.
Jacob Michael Diaz.
Paige Mackenzie Patron.
Leslie Lizette Diaz.
Sydney Kathleen Pedersen.
Romeo Dune King.
Levi Thomas Peterson.
Sandra Dorston.
Lauren Elise Pendar.
Jackson Dean Dorma.
Jessica Elaine Peoples.
Julia Marie Dorn.
Riley Ann Perryman.
Cooper Ward Doty.
Harley Joy Peterson.
Kylie Marie Doty.
Courtney Rose Petrosky.
Jacob Magnus Downs.
Blake Richard Petchkin.
Dalen Patrick Doyle.
Regina Angelea Fan.
Hannah Rose Dry.
Blake Andrew Pierre.
Daniel Scott Dryland.
Allison K. Panuski.
Andrew Allen Driggins.
Sarah Profico.
Vincent Joseph Enstrom.
Julia Marie Quinn.
Gabrielle Elizabeth Elkins.
Emma Claire Rage.
Gianna Marie Epic.
Brittany Helen Rauschendorfer.
Jasmine Richelle Apps Flowers.
Caitlin Joe Ravling.
Oni Eze CK.
Kate Genevieve Reckinger.
Jared Michael Faulkner.
Tyler William Reitman.
Adam Thomas Finenga.
Carlos Javier Rodriguez Landaverde.
Kate Johanna Figelmiller.
Jacob Lucas Rowan.
Darren Harold Fillmore.
Jarrett Ray Rose.
Marcus Elliott Fisher.
Darian Solomon Walker Rosenthal.
Alec Scott Felsta.
Logan Robert Ross.
Audrey Rose Fleischman.
Nicholas Scott Rowe.
Justin Tyler Fligg.
Jade Sierra Roy.
Stephanie Flores Sanchez.
Jana Janelle Rudy.
Nathan David Florshead.
Joshua James Ruiz.
Tyler Thomas Floyshead.
William Zayton Rustad.
Isabel Mackenzie Focus.
Dylan William Rutherford.
Hunter Robert Forsyth.
Michael Roy Reichman.
Jenna Louise Fossum.
Maria Guadalupe Saldivar.
London Allen Freising.
Van Cleve Canaleja Saliente.
Joseph Michael Fritz.
Erica Lynn Samuelson.
Emily Marie Fuchs.
Hunter Carl Scarborough.
Samuel Eugene Gallis.
Shelby Renee Sheabaker.
Adelia Lee Garcia.
Brendan Eric Sheppy.
Cornelius Alexander Gates.
James Shower.
Rochelle Marie George.
Jada Elise Schreiner.
Seth Aaron Giebner.
Gabrielle Marie Schultz.
Jake Andrew Jeffrey.
Jacob Tucker Schumel.
Jenna Lynn Glass.
Ellie Rose Schwartz.
Stephanie Judith Glassing.
Paige Elizabeth Selmer.
Griffin Scott Glazebrook.
Taylor Joe Severson.
Grant Michael Glazier.
Hunter Thomas Shulman.
Jacob Michael Gecky.
Elena Jade Silvis.
Ryan Mitchell Gordon.
Dylan Oliver Skokin.
Jasmine Love Gott.
Jared Arthur Smith.
Ava Claire Granland.
Cole Jonathan Smith.
Jada Janelle Green.
Randy James Smith.
Jada Talia Griffin.
Leah Josephine Snyder.
Victoria Madeline Gross.
Talia Zake Solberg.
Giovanna Guevara.
Emily Rose Solom.
Carolyn Diane Goulan.
Tyler Joseph Speed.
Jacob Alexander Gunderson.
Natalie Ann Stanger.
Samuel Richard Gurry.
Zachary Thomas Stangl.
William Randall Gutwin.
Abigail Rose Steiner.
Salam Kidane Habtis.
Alexander James Steinmetz.
Alexander Paul Halliburton.
Hunter David Stensgaard.
Deshaun LeVar Hall.
Charles J. Sturzinger Jr.
Jacob Robert Hamilton.
Rebecca Lillian Stover.
Kong Cheng Samuel Han.
Austin Michael Stonemark.
Avery Ray Hansen.
Zachary David Strafelda.
Zachary Scott Hansen.
Tyler William Schumann.
Sarah Elizabeth Harder.
Montreal Sutton.
Aiden Robert Harwell Peter.
Megan Rose Taylor.
Anna Sylvia Hazelman.
Grace K. Tester.
Tanner Joseph Francis Hout.
Nathan Tua Tao.
Andrew John Hahn.
Tristan Tao.
Clarissa Joan Hevner.
Nicholas Allen Thron.
Tyler James Heine.
Joseph Michael Tim.
Alexis Taylor Hemish.
Jacob James Todd.
Damian Matthew Hemmingson.
Madison Ann Tomai.
Shane Thomas Hendrickson.
Aaron Colleen Torres.
Cole David Herder.
Sagrario Alejandra Torres.
Jacqueline Maria Hernandez.
Emma Toth.
Zachary John Hines.
Carly Sue Trebatowski.
Justin Michael Hopp.
Brianna Rachel Cheetah.
Allison Ray Horsch.
Marco Sagat.
Sierra Lynn Houle.
Jaden Mark Tufang.
Carly Marie Howard.
James Michael Ulrich.
Cameron Michael Joseph Howlett.
Anthony Keith Andrew Underhill.
Desiree Lillian Hubbard.
Nick Vidich.
Leah Marie Huntley.
Adriana Valenzano.
Victoria Jean Hurst.
Piper Melinda Van Pelt.
Zach Hughesby.
Jasmine Vang.
Mayana Jackson.
Joseph Achang Vang.
Ashley Michelle Jensen.
Cassandra Vang.
Trevor Paul Jeske.
Samantha S. Vang.
Blake Robert Johansson.
Serena Vang.
Mitchell Scott Johansson.
Chloe Lee Venegas.
Alicia Merlee Aphrodite Johnson.
Mackenzie Marie Vianney.
Brendan Thomas Johnson.
Josephine Janine Vetnier.
Lauren Elizabeth Johnson.
Noah Daniel Billis.
Linnea Marie Johnson.
Amanda Catherine Wallace.
Taylor Lynn Johnson.
Melina Walls.
Zachary James Johnson.
Abby Jo Wamstad.
Anastasia Elizabeth Jones.
Evan John Warner.
Justin Allen Reese Jones.
Leah Christine Waschenberger.
Jessica Ann Jewell.
Tyler James Weekly.
Maximilian Richard Justice.
Jacob Michael Weir.
Antoinette Samfina Kamara.
Molly Jean Wenner.
Haley Marie Carter.
Ethan Hunter Wenz.
Jacob Michael Kafis.
Dylan Joseph Wenzel.
Marie Irfan Khan.
Amanda Renee Warner.
Cecilia Louise Kiefit.
Daniel Richard Whaley.
Andrea Mae Kirschner.
Garrett Dana Whitehead.
Ashton Lynn Kirschner.
Maya Christine Williams.
Tiana Rose Kirkendall.
Savannah Rose Cassie Wilson.
Haley Araya Clues.
Lily Grace Wilson.
Kevin William Knopf.
Madison Margaret Elizabeth Wilson.
Michaela Joy Knudsen.
Tyler James Wiley.
Olivia Dorothy Kahns.
Jason John.
Natalia Rose Koo.
Joshua Kong Meng Jean.
Lillian Jean Coop.
Dante Fu Yang.
Ashley Marie Cordes.
Jackie Yang.
Benjamin Thomas Couts.
Kong Feng Yang.
Emily Claire Kerhen.
Violet Yang.
Michaela Lynn Crone.
Ahanchi Christopher Young.
Mitchell Joseph Lancicero.
Alex Stephen Young.
Kevin Dwayne Lane.
Kaylee Jean Young.
Kayla May Lanigan.
Delaney Faye Young.
Nathan Kinley Larson.
Christopher Lloyd Zamora.
Mackenzie Marie Lawrence.
Stephen William Zaspel.
Brandon T. Lee.
Zachary Ronald Zenjo.
Jade N. Lee.
Julie Zhao.
Jashia Shertop Lee.
Olivia K. Zins.
May Lee.
Giacomo Zuliani.
Samuel Paul LeMay.
Danche Monet Maurice.
Aaron Michael Lemke.
Nicole Carol Nisheri Dominic.
Abby Christine Letourneau. Skylar Leidy. Norik P. Lim. Isabel Ann Lindahl. Thomas J. Gordon Linduski. Ira Livingston. Mateo A. Lopez. Emmanuel Lopez. Kendall Rose Lorge. Emily Nicole Lynch. Tyler Allen Katzenmeyer.
Carly Elizabeth House.
Madeline Catherine Newand.
Graduates, please stand and move your tassels from the right side of your hat to the left, signifying your status as a graduate of Park High School. Our school song, Hail to the Wolfpack, will be played as the final activity of this commencement. Students, please listen to it, this time as a graduate of Park High School. At its conclusion, that special moment will come when students toss their caps to the wind and begin a new phase of their lives. Parents, you'll probably want to have your cameras ready. Mr. Storm, hail to the Wolfpack. Toss those caps.